billboard, took it in a fourth down, and from there on it was just surfed every time. By the time I was 17, I passed my driving test, and that's when I came down here and met you
me,
in the village, and it kind of took off, didn't it?
Yeah.
Every weekend, I stayed union family in Victoria House, because I come from Norwich, I'm a city lad, so it kind of took off. And I think
been buddies ever since.
Friendship grew from there on, didn't it? And no wetsuits.
No.
And then that was the second-hand board I bought from Nuki. The new board, we went down to Phil J's apartment.
That's right. Yeah.
We got a lightning bolt down there.
Yeah.
Came back and the board still had no leashes, still no wetsuits until.
You learned to ride good then, because if you come off, you had to swim.
You had to
the
swim
board.
It was such a long swim in.
What about the other guys at the time? Who was around at that time?
Well, yeah, the guys in the village. There was the locals, John Parkin,
Johnny Parkin from the arcade.
Eric
Peters, who's from Clifton Flats, where Pete Barnes lived when he was here. Tommy Bell from Sheringham. Puffer Pine, Tony Gannaford, Rob Ives, and then there was Chris and Paul Wild from Cromer, and obviously Dave Farrow, John Secker, Mike Balls, Pete Balls, and that was about it for the local crowd.
And then it's nice because there weren't many people in it.
Then there was like myself from Norwich, Donnie Dawes, and Morris Butler from Lowestoft, Roy Flood, who owned Valley Motors in Norwich, he used to come down. And that was about it, really. And then, of course, like the Lowestoft guys all came up here. You know, Neil Watson and Shane Coleman, and some of the other guys. I mean, shamefully, I can't remember all of their names, but I recognise the faces when I see them nowadays. So,
but it was a good crowd.
Yeah,
and there's always plenty of room to surf. There's no fight for the waves, and it seems that the waves were always better then.
Yeah,
because the beach has changed. I don't know. A lot was down to money and work.
Well, and transport.
Yeah. We had kind of reliable enough to go. Obviously, it's good out to Cornwall for weekends. Nip down the low stuff. But other than that, as far as European or get on the plane travel, no, it's just all possible.
It's all fairly local, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's all local.
I mean, we used to try different beaches locally.
Yeah.
Of course, they were within easy reach.
Yeah.
But for myself, I've done Scarborough, and obviously we used to go down to Lowestoft and Cornwall.
Done Ireland Championships.
Yeah, we went over to Ireland that time. That was good fun. But it was like Larry just said, that was all down to finance. I mean, airfare weren't that cheap. Just to get aboard on a wetsuit was quite a stretch sometimes. Kids. Yeah. Go in again.
Yeah.
Just to get aboard on a wetsuit was quite enough for myself. I mean, I didn't have a car until I was 25. So by that time I'd been surfing for 8 years. And you didn't have the opportunity to travel around like a lot of people do
travelling
nowadays.
by many countries.
Yeah, I mean, you see some of the guys turn up nowadays, and they got everything. They just got everything: brand new board, brand new suits, brand new this, brand new that.
Yeah.
And some of them can't surf either.
Well, they just got loads going. They just turn up in these, and great for them. I mean, brilliant. If you can afford all that stuff, excellent. But they've got 2 or 3 boards. They've got a really nice car. And all the latest styles. And when we started, we had to do
mix and make do, really.
Or chop boards about. I mean, I can remember when we went down to Putney to get my Phil J. The board cost me £37, and then wages were maybe, I don't know,
£12 a week, something
possibly, yeah. And you had to pay all the other outgoings, your fuel, board. You know, it was hard work. And then, yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the early board man, the sort of stuff we was talking about over there. So how did you get into doing the Cougar? Where did you get the materials from? That sort of thing. What was your inspiration for that?
Well, I suppose that the first thing I done was skateboard. That was right the first thing. And as again, Johnny Parkin at the arcade, he's that much older than me. He made a homemade skateboard, and his sister Gail and myself had it on the netball court in Crook School, and they confiscated it because other kids was falling off it. And then John made the first Malibu board that I can ever remember. Then Pete Bones came around here, and he was manufacturing boards with blanks, but I don't know where he got the blanks from. When he finished work here and went away, he left a partly shaped blank, which was the board that Darren had earlier, and that was mine and Dave's first attempt at making the board. Then we went down to Putney and bought some blanks from a guy called Pete Kroll, and we started to manufacture Cougar boards from there. And then Phil J blanks came in, and we was buying blanks from Phil J. And when Dave and I parted company, I think Dave was buying blanks from Phil J or Bennett, I aren't sure which, and that was how that progressed through. I mean, some people were using an old industrial film, but that really wasn't man enough for the quality of the glass. You know, the resin and the glass we were using were from the boot yards in Ross. And you know, when we made the fins up, we used to laminate the fins on a sheet of glass. And you'd laminate it flat one side, and then turn it over and laminate it the other side, you know, to get the shape of the fin. So a lot of it was trial and error, really.
Testing them out.
Yeah, it was. It was all
See if they
trial and
worked.
error. Huh?
See if they work.
Yeah. But that was good fun. It was good laugh.
There's a lot of nice boards coming out from East Anglian. There's good quality boards coming out. And you got to remember, we were in the sticks. Material, you know, the knowledge is what I guess what you learn from magazines or word of mouth. Someone kind of came down from Newquay or wherever, you know, and the information was passed on. And took it from there, really, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Dave's progressed beyond all belief, really.
Yeah, I think he's done exceptionally well. You know, from here then to Chroma, and then he opened up a second-hand shop with his boards on display in the back. And then he moved down to Newquay. I think that's when it really took off for him. You know, he's a local guy. He can compete with the best down there now. He's been at it since 1960.
69, 70, somewhere there.
You know,
when we first done it, yeah.
It's fast.
Right, we'll stop there because there's a plane coming over.
Good place to stop. That's brilliant.
We doing all right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. I think we just pretty much covered everything we wanted. If there's any other sort of amusing stories or, you know, little anecdotes or anything.
Remember them. There's lots of amusing stories if I can remember them all. I don't know. It's
anything interesting.
I'm not sure we can put that on.
Well, this is the other thing. Anything you can repeat.
I remember going in one winter time with Louis. Can you remember?
Oh, Louis lived up the village.
He lived up the village,
yeah.
And that was the middle of winter, and I went in with a wetsuit on, and Louis went in with his pants and a pair of bloody shorts on. I don't know how he done it. He was nearly blue when he came out.
It's a bit crazy, Louis.
He was a funny lad.
Yeah, he's a wild child. I'm not sure we can put that on.
Well, this is the other thing. Anything you can repeat.
I remember going in one winter time with Louis. Can you remember?
Oh, Louis lived up the village.
He lived up the village,
yeah.
And that was the middle of winter, and I went in with a wetsuit on, and Louis went in with his pants and a pair of bloody shorts on. I don't know how he done it.
Yeah,
He
it's a
was
bit crazy.
nearly blue when he came
It's a
out.
bit crazy, Louis.
He was just funny lad.
Yeah, he's a wild child. I can't, as far as the stories go, I don't know.
Well, there's always amusing stories.
Yeah.
We all used to
We're
laugh
lots.
at Donny Dawes. I mean, we all used to laugh at him because he always knee paddled Don did, but he hated kayaks with a vengeance, didn't he?
Used to shout
And he
as well.
used to shout and yell if there was ever a
Yeah.
kayaker came anywhere near him, he hated it.
But it used to amaze me because he used to get on the, because he used to build boards as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
To make his own boards for himself, not for anybody else. And he used to get on these boards, paddle out. Boards used to be that thick.
Yeah.
Because he knee paddled. He used to knee paddle out. When he used to drop in on a wave, his feet used to stay the same. His top half used
Those
to
old
go-
double paddle, wasn't they?
Yeah,
Both hands together.
I used to get, and I used to look at him before I started. I think, yeah, I want to do that. It's just what I want to do. And there are times, there was a session on the car park actually, when my brother was learning to drive. Because all my family used to come down East Runton, and I already started surfing. And Donny Dawes had left his board at the back of his car. Well, my uncle let my brother get into his car and reverse out. Well, he actually rid of Donny Dawes. Well, the language is blue. I've never heard, and he's been on the wine as well. But he's such a character. See, characters like him, you know, who are still alive, just brilliant. You know, they just
Amazing stuff.
amazing people, really. Yeah, we just had lots of fun, lots of laughs. When it wasn't surfing, we did something else. You know?
So the $64,000 question. Where's your best place you've ever surfed?
Best place? Well, about 5 years ago, my wife and I and a couple of friends went to India, Goa. We found a beach there, and this local had this couple of surfboards, and he had a really short one, was left to him by an Australian, and he had this long paddleboard with no fin on, and I just went up to him and said, "Can I have a go?" He said, "We can have a go on the paddleboard. It's got no fin though. It's okay. The wave's about 4 foot. I mean, they're decent sized playful waves." So anyway, I got on this paddleboard, wishing I had the small board with the fin. Got on this paddleboard, well, the paddleboard just went like a log. It turned sideways, and I took the whole of this Indian family out. The whole board just went, and this family just went. It took the whole family out.
Oh,
But,
no.
yeah, but I think Cornwall's my favourite, apart from my local beach. You know, you've got the Atlantic swells, the North Sea. I think if you can surf there, you can surf anywhere because it's heavy, it's lumpy. You know, the rips, the tides, and if you can surf in this place, I believe it anyway. You know, I think
Well,
you'll
I
enjoy
always
it.
like down Cornwall. My favourite place was Harlem Bay.
Yeah, I'm based.
I liked surfing Harlem Bay.
it's
I
nice.
preferred that to any of the other beaches down
Yeah.
there. But I have to say, Dingle Peninsula, Brandon Bay, and Sleigh Head were my favourite places.
See, that was a trip I
And-
missed out.
yeah.
I missed out on that because I had to work and I didn't
That
have any
was
money.
an
The last
amazing
trip.
place. I remember going when we set off from here on that. There was John Parkin from the arcade again. There was him and Tommy Bell and me and Eric Peters. And John used to play in a local band, and he'd got a big 12-inch speaker in the back of this transit van, and he wired it into the car radio. And when we left here, Lola from the Kinks was playing, and he cranked the volume up, and this Lola was booming out of this bloody speaker, man. You'd never heard anything like it. But that was a fantastic trip, that was. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but I think my favourite, as far as the quality of surf, is possibly I quite like Sennen, North Town.
Right, yeah.
Sennen was a nice break. But you know, I've just started a couple of years ago surfing, and I love coming down. This is my break, and I'll always be my break. You know, it's just a nice place to surf, really. You know, as far as memories and friends, it's a great place.